Clarets TV talking to Champions City manager Robbie Simpson following the 1-0 defeat here against Bradley United. Robbie, what did you make of that one?
Really deflating. I thought it was a brutal game of football, to be honest. Zero quality from either team. We lacked real quality and conviction in the final third. Listen, the effort was there. It's always there, but the pitch was bad. But I think both teams made it look really bad. It's one of them as well. It's nothing in the game, but once again we've come out second best. So yeah, really deflated.
Yeah, it almost felt like a game of nearly a shot on target, nearly a good final pass, and it just wasn't going for us today. Why do you think that was?
Well, we played the percentages okay at times and got in some decent areas, and like I said, just that lack of conviction and real quality with the final bit just wasn't there at all, really, at all. We should have scored at least one. We've had chances from inside the width of the goalposts, and we've got in good areas to the byline and got bodies in the box, and such lack of real quality. But the players' efforts were there, and we're going to stick together. We know the results from today, and in that dressing room we're going to stick together and fight for each other to the very end. There's still plenty of points to play for, and we feel like with players returning in the next few weeks we're going to be stronger, and we're going to get stronger as the season goes on and comes to an end. And we're going to stick together, and we all still believe in each other, and we will be okay.
Yeah, sort of going back to that first half, it was a really even sort of first half, but then we got in a goal behind. So what was the message at half time sort of coming out for the second half?
Tempo, belief, desire, all of those. It wasn't much point saying get the ball down and play football, although I felt like we could just take that. I said to them, I think we could just take that extra second, that extra bit of care, mainly because of the bobbles, but also just because you have to if you want to score goals, and especially with that final little bit, try and take that extra bit of care. But we didn't quite do it. We didn't quite do it, and they've got to have some personal pride with that. And it's not just the final third as well. Sometimes it's your passing. You've got to have some personal pride over the simplest things. You've got to be able to do the basics on conditions like this, pitches like this, which, let's face it, our home pitches like that as well. You have to be able to do the basics really well, and you have to have pride in doing that well. You can't just think it's too easy, or a 5-yard pass is a simple thing. You have to make sure you have to treat it as though it's the hardest thing, and take extra care. And we didn't quite do that today. But listen, it was a dire, brutal game of football. It really was, and from both sides there was nothing in it, but we've come out short, and that's happened too many times this season. And I can give the players, I can give myself a lot of excuses as to why we might come off second best, but it's the business end of the season. 9 games left, business end of the season. We have to make it happen for us. We have to make those games turn in our favour, like we did over the Christmas period and a bit beyond that. We have to make those go in our favour, no matter what. And I believe in our changing room. I really do. Like I say, we've got players coming back now. All the injured lads were here today supporting the lads. We've got good togetherness, and I think we show that by working hard and going towards the end. But now we have to drive that little bit of extra quality to be able to get results.
Yeah, so talking about that second half as well, we end the game with 4 strikers on the pitch, and you say the effort was there from the players, so it wasn't for the want of trying, was it, this afternoon? It just things didn't go for us. Never
is for the want of trying with this group. I think everybody can see that they're giving it their all. We just have to get better, and we have to get a bit more streetwise, and I felt like I don't know why we've come off that. We need bigger voices, I feel, on the pitch. We need big voices just to take command of situations at times, rather than be a little bit passive and a little bit tentative. We're in a bad run. And something needs to change to trigger us to flip it again. Like like the Tonbridge result did. That draw at Tonbridge did just flip things in our favour and turn, and the belief and confidence came back. And when you're confident, the quality then comes back. It's a bit of a catch-22 in that sense, and it's my job, but also the players' jobs individually themselves to just find that something, just to trigger for the tide to turn again.
Yeah, and now we move on to Hungerford next week and looking for that flipping fortunes that you talk about. So what are your thoughts ahead of that game?
Massive game for us. You know, we're in a bad run of results, just as before we were in a good run of results, and it's a massive game. Every game now, you know, it'll be the first time a lot of these players will play in like a business end of the season. It's their first full season for a lot of them at this level anyway, and every game's important now. Every game's a cup final, 9 cup finals.
Thanks, Robbie.